Breeders and others were finding the world of rock more accessible to girls. British indie had also been accommodating, and it offered a home from home for two girls from London.
When I was about 12, my mum went to live in America. I lived with my dad. He wasn't around very much. I'd moved schools. I was quite lonely. That was the point when music became like a real obsession. Music became my sort of community, and so when I met Emma, who was also in Lush, we were quite similar in that way, actually. So we started going to gigs together, and then suddenly being in a band is like quite easy, actually, because everyone's in a band. Most of them are awful, so you think, well, I can do that. When we started, it was just writing music and playing it live. And we didn't really think that much about the sound. In fact, we had no technical knowledge about guitars or anything. And because we weren't confident musicians, because we weren't confident singers, that sort of effects and swirliness, you know, it cloaks a lot. It really does.
But in 1992, Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction liked their sound so much that Lush found themselves catapulted into America's alternative rock scene when they were asked to play at Lollapalooza alongside the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So we got onto this bill, which was just ridiculous. And because we were the underdogs and we had absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, we had a really good time, actually. We really enjoyed it. But it was, you know, introduction to big American rock.
A few years later, Miki took her experience of meeting the Chili Peppers' red-blooded Anthony Kiedis at Lollapalooza and used it as inspiration for Lush's hit Lady Killers.
Loads of people at the time that I wrote Lady Killers, or it came out, they were like, oh, that's really sexist towards men, and, you know, we're just, you know, if we give women attention, we're just trying to chat women up. I don't mind flirting with people, I just don't like being sleazed.
Hey, watch this lot. I once tried to go off with a lead singer after a Pulp concert. Chatted up for a bit, she gave me her phone number. When I rang it, it was a pizza delivery place. So I ordered an extra topping and never saw her again. Until tonight, that is. Have a good look, this is Lush.
In 1996, Lush found themselves described in the press as a Britpop band and surrounded by new lads to boot.
I didn't really like the Britpop thing, and I didn't like the association. To me, the landscape changed. It was about being a bloke. It was about having swagger. It was about larging it. Don't get me wrong, I have danced my arse off to Girls and Boys by Blur. You know, it's fun. But I just felt excluded. There was a lot of nice people, but some of them were dickheads and arseholes.
Did you ever get any hassle from the male Britpop bands?
I remember Alex from Blur sinking his teeth into my arse, and he thought it was hilarious, and he thought I'd be really flattered. And this is what I mean about the change. Suddenly it seemed okay to relate to women in that way.
In the age of the lads mag, the band soon discovered that the media wanted more from them than just music.
We had a few experiences with photographers, and I remember turning up and there was this sort of rail of, you know, stuff for us to wear, and I was honestly dressed in a skirt that was like a football scarf or something. I mean, it barely covered my arse. And the photographer was going, right, so if you could just turn around and sort of, you know, just bend over and sort of, if you just open your legs a bit and kind of and I was like, fuck, like, absolutely no way.
Shake, baby, shake. You know I can fit you in my arms.
20 years after laddism became a dirty word, Lush have decided to reform.
It's a great thing to play a gig, it's so exciting. You create something in a room, you know, you create a real happening, it's an event. And that, I think, you know, was visceral. The rest of it, the kind of, you know, the hanging out with whoever it is, you know, you can keep that.
Miki from Lush may have loved the creativity of band life, although in the past few years it's female solo artists who've dominated the charts.